All right, today we're going to go through the basic steps of setting up and using an account on your community's resident portal. I'm going to begin by going to the community that we're going to check out today. That's Kings Lynn Apartments. So I'll just type it into Google, I'll visit their website, and we've made it to Kings Lynn's website. On here, we're going to go up to this top menu. We're looking for the residents section, specifically the resident portal. When we click on that, it'll take us straight to a login page. This login page is obviously for people who have created an account already. So if you are a first timer, we have two options. We're either going to register now or we're going to forgot password. I'll explain this right now. The forgot password is for residents who already have an account. And a lot of times residents will have accounts without knowing it. Sometimes when you move in, an account is automatically created for you. And so maybe you've lived here for a few months and you didn't realize that you actually already had an account, but it's just kind of sitting there waiting for you to log in. So it's possible that you do already have an account and you'll need to use the forgot password, or you could call the management office. If you use the forgot password option, it's just going to ask for the email address that you gave to the management office when you moved in. So it'll email you your new password if that's the case. If you go through the register now process and you get an error message telling you that you already have an account, that's likely what happened, is that an account was created for you when you moved in and you just were unaware that it already existed. So if you go through the register and you get an error saying that you already have an account, just go ahead and hit forgot password, put your email address in there, and it'll send you a new one. For this example, though, the resident that we're going to use is a dummy resident for myself to do this test. And so they don't have an account yet. So all we're going to do is we're going to create a user for them. We're going to call it test user. The first name is my own. The last name is also my own. I'm going to give it a password. The password needs to have a capital letter, a symbol, and a number in it. After that, we're going to go to the unit number. That needs to match what's in the property management system. So my dummy resident has a unit number of 15-101. If you know your own unit number and building number as it appears in the system, you can absolutely type it in. If you don't know it, you're going to have to reach out to the management office. It's something that they will absolutely be able to help you with, likely off the top of your head. If you just tell them what your address is, they'll be able to mentally convert it into a unit number. Then you'll need to use the email address that is saved in the system. For me, again, it is my own personal email address for this dummy user. And there we go. So this user is now all set. We can hit register now. And you see that it brings us to the terms and agreements page. Pretty standard stuff. I'm not going to sit through this whole big thing and read it now with you, but if you want to read it when you create your own account, you're absolutely welcome to. And we're in. So this is where we can do two things. In here, we can create payments, we can create recurring payments, and we can create service requests. So payments and service requests are the two things that we're going to be able to do in the resident portal. It's super useful. It makes things very easy. So we'll just start right off the bat. From our dashboard page, you can see we have our payment account snapshot up here, and then our service requests down here. I will start by making a payment. My account currently has a $0 balance, so I don't need to pay anything, but maybe I want to prepay my rent right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add new payment account. The system only accepts banking accounts and specifically only American banking institutions. So it won't take a credit card. It won't take out of country banking institutions. So with that said, we can set up our account. I'll just call this my test checking account. You choose whether it's a checking or savings. In this case, I'm just going to select checking. The name on the account I'm going to say is my own. This is a test, so we're not actually going to be creating a true bank thing here. I'm just going to hit some random numbers for our account numbers, our routing number, but you'll put in your true routing number, your true account number for your bank, and then you will hit add bank account. I'm getting stopped because I have invalid information because these are all fake. But when you hit add bank account, it'll take you back to this page, the make a payment page, and you'll see that under payment method, you'll have your option to select the bank account that you just added to the system. So you'll select your bank account that you want to make the payment with. You'll say how much money you want to make a payment for. So right now you can select the current due or upcoming payment, which is the prepay here, or you can say other amount. Maybe you just want to throw in 50 bucks. It'll automatically give us the cents there. And because you'll have a bank account selected up here, you'll also have a submit button down here. I don't have a submit button only because I don't have a true bank account to put into the system. But once you hit submit, it'll take you to a confirmation page and you will be good to go. You'll receive a confirmation number at the bottom of that. If you want to save that for your records, you're welcome to. And you will be all set. This process happens almost instantaneously. So once you make this payment, you could call the management office and ask them for an update on your ledger, and they would see this payment within 5 minutes of you making it. So it's a really smooth, really great system. Everything works really well, and you can make a payment without having to go into the office, without having to write a check, all that stuff. It's really nice. Your other options for making payments are to make recurring payments, which you can see here, recurring payment. You would schedule a recurring payment. You see they even have a little how-to button here if that helps you in the system. Hopefully this how-to button will get, my own how-to video that we're going through right now will give you everything you need. But if you need more, they're helping you out right there with the how-to button. So we're going to click to schedule an automated payment. And we won't need to add a new bank account because it will already exist in the system that we're using. Because we already created it under the single one, we won't need to make one here. If you haven't made one already for a one-time payment, you just come in here. It's the exact same page. You put in what you want the account to be called, your routing number, your account number, all that stuff. And then it will appear here as an option. You'll choose the bank account that you just put in. You'll put in how much you want to pay each time, and you'll have a submit button again. So a little explanation on these two different options here. Fixed amount is the most basic one. Fixed amount would be if you want to pay $100 recurring every month, it will automatically pay $100 on the 23rd of each month. The 23rd is today's date. So it'll take today's date and it will pay that amount recurring every month on that day. If you want it to happen on the first of the month each month, you'll need to create this payment on the first time you do it. And then from there on out, it'll recur on the first every time. The fixed amount means it's going to recur for $100 every single time, no matter what you owe. If you only owe $50, you're going to be paying $100 because you have a fixed amount for $100 set here. If you owe $150, you're still only going to pay $100 and you're going to have $50 left over. That's how the fixed payment works. If you choose total amount not to exceed, this is where it will automatically be a little more flexible for you. So maybe you still put in that you want to pay $100 each month, but you want it to be flexible. Now, if your ledger comes up and you only owe $50, it'll only pay $50. If you owe $100, it'll pay $100, and it will never go over that $100 mark. Maybe you want to put in an extra $10 and say, I usually only pay $100, but sometimes I know my kids get locked out of the apartment and there's a $10 lock fee, something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it is at your community, but if there is a fee that might be attached to your apartment and you don't want to have to worry about managing it every month, you can throw in just a couple extra bucks and you don't have to worry about being charged $110 every month. It'll just be ready to pay that extra $10 if you need it to. So whatever you want to do there, whatever works best for your lifestyle, you can make this a fixed amount, automatically pay the same amount every month, or a flexible amount where you put in the maximum number and it'll pay whatever is owed up to that maximum number. But then you just hit submit you'll get another confirmation page that's showing the information that you want to put through, and then you confirm and you're good to go. Everything will be sent through and you will have nothing to worry about. Your payments will go through automatically on the date that you submit that payment option. So today, as you can see by my calendar down the bottom right, today's September 23rd. So if I submit today, every month from now on the 23rd, my settings will go through. So if you want it to be on the 1st, wait till the 1st to make this happen. I'm going back to the home page here, or we can go back to the dashboard, either one. We're done with payments. If we wanted to go to the home page and view our rent history, we could. So we could go to the current month up to the last 12 months is how much like payment history we can see on our account. And we're good to go. I'm going to move on now to the service request section. You see there's a tab here for service requests. We can also find it on the dashboard down at the bottom, submit a service request. There's a few different ways to get there, which is great. We like having that flexibility. So I'm going to do it just from the dashboard. I'm going to hit submit a service request. Now it takes us straight to the submit page. I want you to keep in mind that this is for non-emergencies only. If you have an emergency, please call the office, call 911 if it's necessary, if it's a life-threatening emergency. But you can use this system for smaller issues that you're having that you want to submit and you want the management office to get when they come into the office next. If you submit it on a weekend, they'll get it on Monday. If you submit it overnight, they'll get it the next morning, stuff like that. We start by picking the problem category. So I'm going to give us something simple, something that's not life-threatening, something we're going to go with a light bulb is out. So we're going to pick the category that would fit under, which is electrical and lighting. Then it's asking us to select a location. The light bulb is out in my bedroom. Maybe it could be in the garage, the hallway, the kitchen, the laundry room, whatever. We're going to pick bedroom for this case. Now it's asking what item is causing the issue. Well, we have a light out. So let's find in the system lighting. Here it is. Okay, so we have interior lighting in the bedroom. And what is the issue? The issue is that the light bulb is out. Maybe the light flickers. You can choose whichever one of these works for you, whatever's going on in your apartment. I'm going to say the light bulb is out in my bedroom, interior lighting. You can put in more information if you want. So maybe it's the light immediately to the right. Immediately to the right of the bedroom door. Put the master bedroom door. Maybe you got 2 bedrooms and you want to delineate between the 2. This will let the maintenance personnel understand exactly what they're doing so they can get in, get out, and take care of your problem. Down here, you can put if your pet information has changed, if your alarm code information has changed. Most of this stuff doesn't matter too much, but if you recently got a puppy and you want the management office to be aware that, you know, they might be disturbed by the maintenance personnel, just make sure you put that information in here. You can put other entry notes, anything that might be pertinent to your home, anything that you want them to know, you can just throw it in there and it'll be received. Maybe you want to put, watch out for the coat rack behind the door. Because you keep your coat rack behind your door, and if maintenance comes and swings the door all the way open, they're going to knock over all your coats, and it's going to be a mess when you get home. Put whatever kind of entry notes are pertinent to your home in there. We can then submit the service request. I'm going to do this, and it's going to show up for real at the management office. You can see that it's marked as in progress. So this is in the system, and our team has received it. If you were to get here through the other method, so say we were started on the dashboard, what we did was we clicked submit a service request, right? You could have also clicked my home and then the service request button here. From here, it shows you what all your current service requests are, which is our light bulb. And then we could click over here, submit a service request, or over here, submit a service request up at the top or over the button on the right. Both of those options appear for you. This is all available on your phone as well. It looks pretty much the same on your phone. It'll just be like a thinner screen, but everything will be the same buttons, the same options. And that's everything that we can do through our online resident portal. And if you have any questions, you can definitely feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Your management office also will be a huge resource in making sure that you're all set up here. So that's it. Good luck, everybody.